I wish to welcome everyone to the July meeting of the Corporate and Community Development Committee. Standing committees are held as part of Council's meeting process in order for committees to consider reports prepared by Council officers and to make recommendations regarding these reports to the monthly Council meeting. Council delegates on the Corporate and Community Development Committee are Mayor Kennedy, Deputy Mayor Hickey, Councillor Boland, Chairperson, Councillor Allgate, Councillor Gillett and Councillor Jewett. All councillors undertook an oath or affirmation at the beginning of their term of office and declared to undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interest of the people of the Broken Hill local government area and the city of Broken Hill. And they will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in them under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of their ability and judgment. This committee meeting is being live streamed via YouTube and recorded and published online via Council's website. To those present in the meeting today, by attending in this public meeting, you are consenting to your image, voice and comments being recorded and published. The chairperson and/or general manager have the authority to pause the live stream if comments or debate are considered defamatory or otherwise inappropriate for publishing. Participants are advised they may be subject to legal action if they engage in unlawful behaviour or commentary. Call on apologies. I have one apology from Councillor Jewett. Is there any further? There can't be any further apologies because everyone is here. Is there a mover for those apologies? Councillor Gillett, seconder, Deputy Mayor Hickey. All those in favour? Carried. There's nil leave of absence. I now call on Mayor Kennedy to deliver the prayer.
Almighty God, we ask you to invoke your blessing upon this council. Direct and prosper our deliberations to the advancement and true welfare of the people of the council area, our state and Australia. Amen.
Thank you, Mayor Kennedy. I now call on Councillor Gillett to deliver the acknowledgement of country.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today, the land of the Willi-Carli people, and pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.
Thank you, Councillor Gillett. Now call on Deputy Mayor Hickey to deliver the acknowledgement of Broken Hill's mining history.
We take the time to reflect, remember and honour the 800 workers that lost their lives and those that were crippled or maimed on the line of load. We thank the brave miners and their wives who were part of the 1919 to 1920 strike that lasted over 500 days and delivered a 35-hour working week. Mining is our past and our future.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Hickey. Item 7, minutes for confirmation that the minutes of the Community Development Committee meeting held the 22nd of April 2025 be confirmed. Do I have a mover for that? Mayor Kennedy, seconded Councillor Allgate. All those in favour? Declare them carried. I don't sign now, I'll forget. Item 8 is disclosures of interest. Is there any disclosures of interest to be declared? Nil disclosures. We move to item 8, reports. Report number 1, Broken Hill City Council. Report number 128-25 dated July 4th, 2025. Temporary suspension of portion of the Central Business District Alcohol-Free Zone Beyond Dust Festival, 6th of September 2025. Do I have a move for that recommendation? Moved Councillor Gillett. Seconder, Councillor Allgate. Would you like to talk on that, Councillor Gillett?
I would just like to say that everybody in Argent Street is very excited. The marketeers are excited. And it's good to have something positive to look forward to. So for that reason, it's all good.
Is there any further comments on that?
Yeah, look, I think it's a great initiative. Just through the chair. Because the markets, this is something that hopefully will go on into the future, and the Argent Street traders are the marketeer. Yeah, so you reckon in the future they'll be happy to sometimes go down there on a monthly basis?
Councillor Gillett, I'll get it right eventually. Would you like to comment on the Mayor's question?
Just talking to people in Argent Street, they're really so excited about having something in place of the Broken Hill Festival. And because it's sort of more in the past, it's not been as open to them when it was the Broken Hill Festival, whereas this is. So for that reason, it's something different. So that's why they're looking forward to it.
Thank you. Any further comment on that? Councillor Allgate?
Just to say that it was a good result that the council was able to secure the $350,000 grant. You know, that's a significant amount of money, and to be expended in the way it is planned should be an ideal result.
Yes, it certainly will be. It'll be great for the area and everyone involved. If there's no further comment, put that to the vote. All those in favour? Declare it carried. Item 2, Broken Hill City Council Report number 129-25, dated July 8th, 2025. Nominations for the appointment of community representation to Section 355 committees. Do I have a move for the recommendation?
I'll move it.
Move Mayor Kennedy, seconder. Councillor Allgate, would you like to comment on that, Mayor Kennedy?
Yeah, just a brief comment. It's good to see there are a number of people still slowly coming into those positions. What is good as well is we have another community member for the Memorial Oval, and just to yourself as the chair, how has the Memorial Oval been going?
The struggle's been obviously volunteers and volunteers understanding their roles inside those Section 355 committees. And the Memorial Oval, as we know, is a complicated committee with a lot of user groups and a lot of stakeholders, and getting those stakeholders on the same page will take a strong committee and ensuring that everyone is abiding by the council policies and regulations for the safety of all involved, including the community and volunteers. So it's good to see extra people on that committee, because it is quite a big job, and our volunteers do such an amazing job. And there's a lot of stuff to be done out there. I believe that oval can be Broken Hill's premier oval with a little bit of work. So we've started the process, so hopefully with more volunteers and bringing the stakeholders on board and getting them all on the same page, we can push ahead with what is a good facility for the city. Is there any further comments on?
We're doing the whole lot together. Each of those committees, that's all including that one motion, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I didn't see that. Yes, sorry.
right. So just to comment on Broken Hill Heritage Advisory Committee. See, we have to have a minimum membership of 12. We've got 3 councillors and 1 other nomination. Does that mean that doesn't go ahead, or where do we go from there?
General Manager.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chair. We're advertising again. That's to conclude on Friday to see what nominations come through, but essentially it won't go into a formal committee until we receive enough of the memberships for it to go. I think it's at 12, but I think it's a minimum of 6 community representatives. So we are still looking for 5 community representatives for that committee to go ahead. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, General Manager. Any further comments, questions?
Just
That's the next one.
oh,
No further comments? There's no further comments on that motion. I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Declare that carried. Item number 3, Broken Hill City Council Report number 130-25, dated June 24th, 2025. Minutes of the Broken Hill Lead Reference Group meeting held the 28th of May, 2025. Do I have a move for that recommendation?
Move the recommendation.
Councillor Allgate, seconder. Councillor Gillett, like to comment on that, Councillor Allgate?
Yes, I would. Mainly to say that I wonder why there's no results given from in respect to the testing. Normally the council gets a running schedule of what's happening, across the board with the lead levels in children, and yet there's an absence of that in this particular report. And the other thing is a question that I have at item 4.3. Page 2 or 4 on the can the chairman or the general manager explain what that's all about the meeting update. Linda Mason advised that a report will not be provided to this meeting due to the minutes and reports being made public on Council's website. Information was pulled from those reports and reported in the local paper. No report will be provided, verbal or otherwise, but happy to discuss alternative arrangements.
I'll refer to the General Manager because I was an apology at this meeting, unfortunately.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My understanding is the report that they presented to the Broken Hill led group meetings and the report that they've always presented, their understanding was that it was for the committee only and that it wasn't to be part of council's meeting minutes and therefore then made public. Our understanding was that they were to be going to once they went to the committee that they would be provided to council and therefore made public as a part of the reporting process. We're still working with them at the moment around what information that they will provide so that we can report it back to council, and then the main one being that regular reporting that we were receiving can at least be provided to councillors for their information. Otherwise it is sort of pointless in regards to having some of that information coming through if we're not able to act on and provide that in now. The briefs to the ministers around the importance of ongoing funding for lead in Broken Hill, but we're still working on them with what they will provide. But that was what that comment was about, was that they were unaware that it was being made public, and when the Broken Hill Times picked it up and made it public was their first awareness of it. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, GM. Is there any further comments?
Can I just say that committee meetings and meetings like this, they're not held in confidence. So surely they realise that what's said at the meeting will be available for the public to view. And I think that's the way it ought to be. Why? I wonder why there's the withholding information from the public.
Mayor Kennedy?
Oh, and look, if it is confidential, it's quite easy, as we do, as all organisations do. If it's confidential, you go into confidential session and discuss it confidential, and then the confidential section will only come to councils and not be made public. I think it's a pretty simple thing, and I think more or less from my reading from that, they've more or less accused council of being underhanded and sly by providing information to the paper when we're a public organisation that provides all our minutes accessible that are to the public, to everyone. Yeah, very disappointing. They might not be meaning so much in it, but disappointing to see a response there that when we're open and accountable as a council, that we won't be provided information. Sometimes it makes you think maybe we should be sending a letter to the Minister for Health just saying what's going on when we're talking about being provided for information about lead, which is one of the most important things for me in Broken Hill. Particularly when talking about the lead levels will be going down in other places to 3.5 micrograms per decilitre, and here in Broken Hill we're still at 5. So what are we meant to keep that hidden from our community? So perhaps at the next meeting I may ask someone to follow that up, and perhaps we should be writing off to the minister, considering we have only just been told once again that the importance of lead, and the reason that we have the Premier's department in charge of lead across the city, not just the health department, and maybe that's part of the reason that is happening, is because too many people were into covering up and hiding things from the community and council.
Is there any further comments on that? It's obvious to me that the WLHD don't want to be transparent. What are they hiding within those reports that they don't want public? Lead is an important issue in this city. It's an important issue for our children. It affects our children and our local community, and it's to me it's just not on that the local health department or division wants to be hiding information from the community in regarding such an important issue. Is there any further comments on that?
Just a quick one on that. So it's obviously we know what's in it because it's provided to us. What my concern is is that it's been provided to us and then they've more or less accused us of being handed by making it public and it ends up in the paper. Don't be having a go at us, because if you have a go at us as a council, the council might be willing to have a go back at them as a health service.
Yep, and I think we're fulfilling our duty as a council, making the information public in our minutes and in paper when requested. Is there any further comments on that? There's no further comments. Put that to the vote. All those in favour? Declare that carried. Move to item number 4. Broken Hill City Council Report number 131-25 dated July 9th, 2025. Minutes of the Norm Fox Sporting Complex Community Committee meeting held 26th of June 2025. Is there a mover for that recommendation? Move Deputy Mayor Hickey. Seconder, Councillor Allgate. Would you like to talk on that, Deputy Mayor Hickey?
Just very briefly, Mr. Chair. For $1,000, I think that's a very good deal for general tidy and maintenance of all the grounds for $1,000 per year. He can come around to my place anytime he likes. But the rest was all pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Any further comments?
I think the Deputy Mayor's just offered to subsidise.
Is this the part where I remind of the meeting practices? But I agree, that is a very good deal, and obviously a very community-minded groundskeeper caretaker willing to look after the Oval. I'd imagine that would only cover their out-of-pocket expenses. So it's great to see community looking after community facilities. Is there any further comments on that?
I'd just like to thank the council for providing, at long last, the ride-on lawnmower. Apparently that was due to be delivered to the committee, or to the Norm Fox Oval during this week. And the other thing was the canteen has been, apparently the canteen is starting to do reasonable business, and things are looking up, but there's still a concern. And I know it's noted in the report here that the interior of the clubhouse needs to be repainted, and the flooring needs to be pulled up and relayed, so suitable relayed. And when that's done, the committee can then display all of the memorabilia that there is over the years with cricket and baseball.
Thank you, Councillor Allgate. Any further comment on that?
Just the couple of ladies that do volunteer at the canteen. I think they also volunteer with St John's. They would do a lot of work. The money that's raised through the canteen wouldn't, if they were being paid, suggest would flat out covering their wages. So I'll go a little bit further. I'll add to the recommendation that we do thank the people that do volunteer in the canteen, because they've done an amazing job, and they do an amazing job down there each week at cricket.
Yep, I agree. Happy with that. Mover. Seconder. Put that to the vote. All those in favour? Declare that carried. There's no confidential matters. So as there's no further business for the committee to consider, I declare the Corporate and Community Development Committee closed at 5